Hello everybody, my name is Bloodbath169 and welcome back to Civilization 3 Complete. In our last episode, we finished out our playthrough as the Greeks with, as I labeled that episode, a very disappointing finale. After all that hard work, we did in fact win a space race victory, but unfortunately due to issues regarding trying to play an older game on a newer machine, it did not allow us to view all of our ending screens, unfortunately. So, we are going to start a new playthrough today, and we're going to do some little things different. We're going to leave the world size as huge. Excuse me. And we're going to leave barbarians as raging. We're going to leave. I think that we're going to leave these settings more or less the way they are. And then we're going to, I think, do this playthrough as... Let's do this playthrough as America. And we're going to play this one on Warlord difficulty, which I don't do very much because this is not a game that I do for a challenge, so to speak. Although it is a challenge, of course. Okay, so let's see. We start right next to gold. Well, that's good. Quite a bit of mining opportunities. Okay, so let's plant this city. We are industrious and expansionist, I believe is what it was. And as a result of that, we get a scout, which, let's look at that. Scouts are unarmed non-combat units with 2 movement points. They are good for exploring the countryside. Well, let's go ahead and plant our city of Washington. And we will start with a warrior. And let's check and see, double check that. You are working this tile right here. You are going to explore. And they gave us a warrior. So let's actually go ahead and have this guy start exploring as well. Let's see. Let's make a beeline for Republic again. We're going to put a road here. We're going to reverse our order a little bit. We're going to put roads down, and we're going to change our priorities up a little bit. Instead of doing what we were in our last playthrough, we are going to endeavor, anyway, to since we're industrious, our workers work about twice as fast. So, with that in mind, we only need 1 worker per city. And on top of that, we also, let's go ahead and do a granary because we'll want this to be our production city. And we want to churn these guys out. But we're going to change up a couple of different things. Before, on all these worker interactions, I would do the whatever implement it was and then do the actual improvement. Well, we're going to change that up. We'll do the improvement then the road. So we're going to change that up, and we're going to now do the road and then the improvement. This area right here, this is going to be a little bit iffy for a moment because we got to spread irrigation around the mountain. But for the moment, they are going for the cattle, which is fine. So let's send our worker. And our other priority is going to be, we are going to always, and I mean always, endeavor to you create shields. So let's go ahead and put a mine down on him. Oops, I did it backwards again. That's alright, it happens. Okay, so let's do a warrior. We are 4th down on the advancement list. So in Warlord, we start to lose a lot of the advantages that we get over the AI as far as technological benefits and all that. Now, the easiest thing we can do here is if we, oops, not index, game concepts, let's see. We want to look up revolution, scientific research. We are always learning to news, trying to do more to increase science in only one city. You can convert citizens to scientists. And certain improvements and wonders can also increase our science. And at the start of each turn, let's see. Constantly trying to learn about the world, science, invention, and creativity. Its ability to succeed as these pursuits depends in large measure upon your allocation of revenue to science. You set the allocation on the domestic advisor by sliding the science slider left or right to increase or decrease, respectively. The amount of your tax revenue you divert into research. By doing this, you will determine the percentage of each city's income that will be poured into research. So, in other words, our science is directly related to our commerce. So, very important to keep that in mind as we're in mind. Jeez, I can't talk. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do jump up here. We'll irrigate this. We have a volcano right next to us, which is not ideal, but you deal with what you have, not what you'd like. Okay, so we have our first civilian, or citizen, I should say. And we're going to come down here, I think, and slap down a city, hopefully outside the range of that volcano. We have warrior code. Nice. Well, we're going to try to change this up. All right, now we have bronze working. Also nice. And we're going to just keep taking our irrigation around here, because after irrigation is done, we are going to focus on keeping our cities connected, first and foremost. So we're going to keep working at that and plugging away at that. So put a city down, New York. We do not need a warrior, but we do need to do, well, let's do walls first. Walls just do not cost us anything as far as maintenance, so they're a pretty decent choice as far as the first thing goes. And especially at Warlord, the AI tends to be more aggressive. And growing with leaps and bounds, looks like. Okay, and then we will do another spearman. And we're going to move this guy down to here. Now we are on, important thing to take note of, we are on Warlord, which means that if our income happens to drop below a certain threshold, we will end up having to start knocking down our, basically our key infrastructure in order to continue our pattern. So ideally, okay, we learned mysticism, that's nice. Go ahead and do a spearman and clear that forest. But if we happen to exceed the limits of our current treasury, then unfortunately that means that we're going to start stacking up on really unfortunate things like that train of thought that I just derailed. You're putting a city there. So there's two. Closest I can really put one is right here, which is fine. But if our inventory drops to 0, we don't even make the list as far as largest nations. If our treasury drops to 0, then unfortunately that means that we have to start selling improvements and disbanding units in order to make up the slack. in order to make up the slack enough in order, to continue on. So we have to keep a close eye on that. The road down. Now hopefully I'll be able to irrigate these and then revert these back to what I'd actually like them to be. I don't know that the game will allow me to do that at this stage. Only one way to find out, I suppose. That's the second time that volcano's erupted. Okay, we have alphabet. Let's actually make a beeline for philosophy. If it'll let us. And after that, we can look into put you down. Hate to have that empty area. This whole area will wind up empty. Can't put that there. It will enter. No, it wouldn't interfere with anything right there. On the other hand, I've got you coming down to here. We'll put you here. I can put a city here and get both these sources of gold. I think that's our move. Okay, so we're just going to keep bringing irrigation towards these guys. And what we're actually going to do is once New York finishes its spearmen, it will build its worker, and then we will start building out of here. So there's that city, Philadelphia. Sadly, not a city that's getting a lot of positive press these days. Pennsylvania in general isn't. I say press, but... Okay, so let's do another settler. And we have Atlanta. Let's eliminate this barbarian stronghold. It'll let us get some gold from that. Okay, you are going to go ahead and build a worker. Okay, you keep exploring, but you need to heal first. Okay, you are going to go ahead and start on the Colossus. Very specific reason why I am doing that. And then you're going to continue working toward this guy. Because, unfortunately, he's kind of crippled as far as that goes. Let's do another settler combo. Let's see. We want to take advantage of all those, but we can't. Because simply put, there's just not a convenient place to put a city down. Look upward here. What do we have around this area? We have tobacco. And we have fish. So let's go ahead and actually put a city down right up here. We'll start expanding out this way, kind of forming a circle around our capital as we expand. Taught us the wheel. Horses have appeared. Okay. That is helpful. Okay, do your spearman. And then this worker is going to follow the same pattern as his friend over here. And we're going to keep these cities, we're just going to keep connecting them up. Especially these cities that are not near a source of fresh water. We need to allow our citizens here to irrigate and spread the water to them. But the other factor is if we keep our cities connected, it actually reduces that corruption that we deal with every freaking turn. And there's just no getting away from it. Corruption is a fact of life, especially in the game. So, not much you can do about it. Speaking of corrupt, there's Chicago. Okay, you're going to do walls first. Great, they gave us maps of the region. Thank you for that. And you're going to do, actually you don't need a spearman, do you? So you are actually going to work on the oracle. Okay. And yeah. Go up one. You're gonna clear the forest. Gave us a skilled warrior who's gonna help us explore. We are going to continue that. Another settler has appeared. Spearman and settler. Okay, so this guy is going to go. I'd like to have a coastal city up here. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll put a coastal city right there. Irrigate that. Spearman, you already have your worker. You're going to start on the pyramids. Okay. Kind of odd that we haven't come across anybody yet, but that's okay. There's no need to clear this forest. We're doing on time. Getting close to the second ending there. Another settler. Okay, so now this gentleman is ready to come back over here and resume his building on his own city. So, you're going to move over there. You're going to start bringing irrigation down. You are going to clear that forest. I guess we're going to find out if I can spread irrigation and still have a mine there. Okay, so we've got walls. Next you need your worker. And then irrigation. Put a road down. Spearman. Worker. Do you already have a? Oh, you already did have a spearman. So you can actually build a settler. Actually, why don't you go ahead and build a granary, and you can start expanding out this way. Okay, so we have another settler and spearman. We have a guy heading up here. So let's put another city. I think he's going to go up by one more. Plant a city. Oh, let's say right around here. Okay. And we see our closest friend over here is going to be there. So, that didn't cancel everything, so that's a good sign. Let's make that a mine. And then that's going to get cleared. Worker. And you are actually going to go ahead and build a granary as well. You're going to clear this. Road. A spearman and a settler. Another city, San Francisco. Build your walls. Put a mine down. Okay. So put a road in, and you're going to actually clear that pollution. It shows up as pollution. It is actually, of course, lava. But that's alright. So you're going to do a road. Actually, he needs to go ahead. You need to not worry about the orb. No. Just keep on keeping on. You need to go ahead and you're going to start connecting up that city over there. Okay, you have irrigation, so let's do irrigation here, and you're going to start bringing it back towards your city. Another spearman. Let's plant this city. Well, we're going to get some major advantage out of it, so why don't we put this city right here where we'll have fresh water, and we'll also have 2 gold and a unit of, or a cattle resource. You're going to move over here and you're going to start connecting this guy up. Okay, this is going to be a road. This is going to be a road. Irrigate. Let's go ahead and slap an irrigation down on that. Nothing will use that oasis resource, but then we at least have it covered. Okay. This will be a mine. Philosophy, not now. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and go down there. You're going to improve this. Okay, we've discovered somebody up here who's pretty extensively spread. So we need to expand out this way as much as we can. Again, the first rule of the game, expand, expand, expand. Expand as much as you can, because eventually you won't be able to expand anymore. So snatch what you can get. Okay. So he's working on that. We're going to go ahead. Yep. Iron working for writing. That's a good deal. Okay, you're going to do a worker. You're going to connect them up. You're going to build another worker and settler. And they're heading up here. So I'm going to end up with you producing workers coming over here. Let's focus the capital on this area. We'll put a city down right here. What we're also going to do is we're going to bring irrigation over this way as well. Okay, I'm going to do a road. Okay, so that is England over there. We're plenty distance, so walls. And until we get access to literature, we do not have any capacity for expansion so much. So, or cultural expansion, I should say. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the tiles that we have people to work, and not, we're going to utilize our people effectively would be the key thing there. So you are going to do your walls. You already did your walls, so you are now going to start spearmen and settlers. You're going to go to wealth. R5. I think what we're going to do with this city is we're going to do irrigated tiles. All these plains in the middle, we're going to do irrigation. All these on the outside, we're going to do mining or forests. Because as you can see, we have a strong basis for that. With one exception, this will be irrigation. And actually, ooh, we have horses right there. So these guys are going to start working on getting Atlanta hooked up. This guy will work on getting San Francisco hooked up, followed by branching out. We'll have Chicago. This worker will work on getting anyone over here hooked up. This guy will work on, and once they get a worker, they'll work on getting hooked up. So onward and upward. So where else are you working? You got one here. You got one over here. So let's plant that there. You're going to do a road. You're going to do irrigation. And you are going to build your worker. What kind of tile is that? That's a food tile. So you are going to, first of all, move that down there. You're going to build a road. Irrigate that. Oops, got my sequence out of order again. That's alright. Okay, you are going to come over here. Good for them. I'm going to build a road. 2 food, 2 shields. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. So we're going to hook that up. And they are going to continue on along the coast. We have our next settler. You guys are ready for a settler. Okay, so we have our next settler, this guy. This one's heading up to here-ish, I believe. So this one really needs to head. Plant the city right here because I'm going to get that gold and that tobacco. Road. Yeah, we'll clear this. Need a worker from you. Irrigation. What was that I just saw? Oh, there's a new city down there. Okay, so you finished your road here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start working on getting you hooked up completely. New city, walls, and fortify. You will do that. You will do a road. We're doing pretty good so far. Pretty solid start, I would say. Okay, have you already built your spearmen? You have, so start on your settlers. And then this gentleman will start by moving over here. You are going to do a road. Fortify you. Now this tile will not be used by anything, so we will plant a city there. And that's as far as I need to go as for irrigation, but we will continue onward. Oh no, actually we won't, because with this additional road, we'll have hooked that up. Win-win. Put irrigation down. You are going to clear that. Okay, you, this combination will now head to here. And this guy will head up here. Okay, we'll start heading down this way. You need to irrigate, clear. Okay, now we have literature. Now we can start boosting our science. Let's also look into map making. You are going to go ahead and continue churning out because there will be time for Washington to catch up. Okay, so this gentleman is heading up here to snag that. Ooh, iron. We definitely want the iron. So this city will head, I think he's heading for right here. Yeah. So you are going to head for here. And that connects that up, and then we can start this. Okay, you are actually going to start on your library, as are you. Slowly but surely. Okay, who are you working with? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have a road here. We're going to move over here. I know that will be irrigation. That'll be a road. Okay. This is as improved as it's going to get. Let's send him over to here, I think. Horseback for philosophy? Sure. Road. Map making for philosophy. Okay. Another settler, so you're going to do a spearman. I think you will actually head to around there. Okay, so that is now established. So you are actually going to start road. That's a road. Spearman and a settler. And let's actually move this over. We're going to make a beeline to Republic. Okay, this will be a road. Ooh. Yeah, that's a problem, ain't it? Let's actually reload or autosave for this turn. Fortify you, that'll be a road. Irrigate up, road down. You guys are actually going to interfere if I put you there. So if I put you here, you won't interfere with anything. So we'll put you over here. Irrigate that. Plant a city. Buffalo. Walls. Irrigate. Road. Excuse me. And we're just going to keep churning out settlers. Okay. You are going to continue and follow that guy. Fortify you. Okay. Alright, plant you. I don't know why I keep saying fortify. Okay, so this will probably be our last turn this time in this episode. So thank you everybody for tuning in for the start of this new playthrough as the Americans, of course, because I am American. And if you like the video, please go ahead and subscribe, or go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you have feedback, by all means, please feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So with all that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!